The flickering glow of the bone lantern pulsed in the silent temple courtyard, casting long, dancing shadows that seemed to have a life of their own. The air grew heavy, thick with the scent of old incense and something else, something ancient and unnerving. This wasn't just any lantern. It was a relic, said to contain the lingering will of the clan's first ancestor. For generations, it was forbidden to light it, a warning passed down through whispers and solemn glances. But old warnings often fade, mistaken for superstition. Tonight, someone had dared to defy tradition. My great-uncle, the clan's historian, used to tell me stories about it. He called it the Ancestor's Eye. He claimed it wasn't just a beacon, but a gateway. He said that on the night it was first extinguished, the ancestor's spirit didn't depart. Instead, it was trapped, fractured into countless echoes, each one clinging to a shadow cast by the dying flame. According to his research, lighting the lantern again wouldn't summon the ancestor for guidance. It would unleash those fractured, hungry shadows back into the world. He spent his life trying to find a way to perform the ritual safely, to reunite the fragments, but he died before he could finish his work, leaving behind only cryptic notes and a single, chilling warning. Do not let them see your face. That night, my cousin Kenji, ever the skeptic, had scoffed at the old tales. He saw the lantern as nothing more than a piece of family history, a curiosity to be shown off. He had found our great-uncle's hidden journal, but instead of heeding its warnings, he saw a challenge. He thought he could complete the ritual, believing it would bring the family honor and perhaps even some forgotten ancestral power. I tried to stop him, pleading with him to listen to the wisdom of generations, but my voice was lost to his ambition. He saw me as fearful, stuck in the past. So, under the cold light of the new moon, Kenji began the ritual. He arranged the offerings, chanted the words he'd deciphered from the journal, and with a trembling hand, he lit the wick. For a moment, nothing happened. The flame was small, fragile, barely illuminating the intricate carvings on the bone. Kenji laughed, a sound that died in his throat as the flame suddenly erupted, roaring into a column of blinding white light. The temperature plummeted. The silence of the courtyard was shattered by a chorus of whispers, seeming to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. And then I saw them, human-shaped silhouettes, darker than the night itself, began to peel away from the walls, from the ancient stone pillars, from the ground itself. They were distorted, their limbs too long, their movements jerky and unnatural. They didn't have faces, just empty voids where features should be. They swarmed around the lantern, their forms flickering, coalescing and breaking apart. They were drawn to the light, but also repelled by it, trapped in a frantic dance of agony. I remembered my great-uncle's final warning and pulled my collar over my face, hiding in the shadows of the temple eaves. But Kenji was mesmerized. He stood in the open, his face bathed in the eerie glow of the ancestor's eye, staring in horrified awe. The shadows noticed him. One by one, they turned their featureless heads in his direction. They stopped their frantic dance and began to glide toward him, silent and purposeful. He was paralyzed, a statue in the lantern's glow. He didn't even scream as the first shadow reached him. It didn't touch him, not physically. It flowed over him, like smoke, and for a split second, its formless head aligned with his. I saw a flash of recognition in Kenji's eyes, a look of profound terror, as if he was seeing something from 1,000 years ago. When the shadow pulled back, Kenji was different. His eyes were empty, reflecting the lantern's light, but holding none of their own. His movements became stiff, puppet-like. Another shadow enveloped him, and then another. With each one that passed through him, a piece of him seemed to be carved away, replaced by something ancient and hollow. I could only watch, hidden and helpless, as my cousin was unwritten, his essence consumed by the very ancestors he sought to honor. The light of the lantern is fading now, and the shadows are growing bolder, stretching toward the edges of the courtyard, their whispers turning into a low, mournful hum. Kenji, or the thing that was Kenji, now stands guard by the lantern, his face in a motionless mask. I'm still hiding, clutching my great-uncle's notes. I think I've found the missing piece, the final step in the ritual he never finished. It's not about summoning them, it's about giving them peace. It's a ritual of release, but it requires a sacrifice. It requires someone to willingly step into the light and guide the shadows back into the lantern, becoming their new anchor. The warnings weren't just about protecting us from them, they were about protecting them from an eternity of fractured wandering. Now, I have a choice. I can run, and leave my cousin's empty shell to serve the shadows, who will eventually break free and spill into the world. Or I can finish what my great-uncle started. I can step into the light. Thank you for listening. Remember to subscribe for more stories from the edge of the known world.